Memphis, and we pulled off on the exit, and we were just going to try to find some place to stay. And it was probably about midnight, late. And I was pulling my boat. Dennis was riding with me. And anyway, we got driving down into Memphis there, and one thing led to another, and we took one wrong turn and another wrong turn. And all of a sudden, guys, we are like in the middle of the worst neighborhood you could ever want to be in Memphis. And Memphis is, I think it's one of the most, it may be number one, or no, it's in the top 2 or 3 of the most crime-ridden cities out there. But anyway, we took a wrong turn and we got down into a bad part of town. So we're down, I'm trying to figure out how to get out of here. I'm looking for some type of sign, some type of road sign. You got to realize it's midnight and there's nothing open and we don't have any maps. So we're just trying to drive our way out of here. And anyway, I turn this one corner, and we're in the middle of town. You know, buildings everywhere. And I turn this corner, and when I turn this corner, there's this street party in this bad part of town, and there are hundreds of people in the street. I'm talking about they were in the street. They're on the sidewalks. They're in the street, and I make this turn, and I got nowhere to go except right towards them. And they are literally, you can't even see the road. There's hundreds of people in the middle of this road there. And anyway, as soon as I turned the corner, they saw us in the boat, and they came over and freaking hopped on everything. They jumped in my boat. There was 40 people in my boat. There were people jumping on my truck. They were on the top of the truck, on the hood, rocking the thing, yelling at us. And I'm like, you know, I had a weapon with me, so it's like, you know, but what goods? I had it was a 45 revolver. So it's like I've got 6 shots in the thing, and there's hundreds of people. I don't know what's going on. Dennis doesn't know what's going on. We got the windows rolled up, and we're going through this. You know, they're like beating on the car and yelling at us, and they're just like, it's out of control. And I'm like, you know, I didn't know if we were going to get out of here alive. It was that type of a thing. Bad part of town too, at midnight in Memphis. So anyway, we slowly make our way through there, and you know, gradually, one by one, they started, you know, jumping off and, you know, rocking the truck and everything. And we finally made it. This was about a block we had to go through, and finally we got through there and made it out of there. It took us like an hour and a half to find our way out of there, but that was one thing I'll never forget in a million years. I wish I could have had my video camera at the time, because it would have been one of those deals. It would have been